New in the last hour, forensic teams have finished their search of Triangle Town Center Mall. This was the scene after 3 people were shot earlier today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens. Sky 5 was over the mall for hours today, where gunshots shattered the midday quiet. 3 people taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and so far, no arrests. We have live team coverage. We begin with Grace Holland in the Live Center with how this started and the search for the suspect. Grace.
Gerald, I want to walk everyone through the timeline of events here. This all started at 3:30 p.m. That's when RPD responded to calls about a shooting at Triangle Town Center. When the officers got there, they found 2 males with gunshot wounds. Police say that 2 groups got into an argument, which escalated to a fight, and then shots were fired. If we can come back out here to the timeline that I have here. Then from there at 4:10 p.m. emergency alert was sent out. This said that this was an active shooter situation. That turned out not to be the case. Again, it was an argument between 2 groups, but this gives you a sense of how serious the situation was there. And then at 5:30 p.m. is when we learned that one of the victims was a 17-year-old. And then at 6, learned that there was a 3rd victim in addition to those 2 that officers found at the beginning. Now, a minute ago, you saw some video, if we can get that pulled back up now. That is from earlier this evening when WRAL reporter Sean Gallagher was live on air when photojournalist Kurt Trimper got this video of a person in handcuffs being escorted out of the hospital with police. Now, again, we're told that there is no suspect in custody at this point, but RPD has told us that they are questioning people related to this case. At 8:42 p.m., people were allowed to return to the mall to get their belongings and get their cars if they left those behind. And again, as Gerald said, at 10 this evening, that is when RPD finished their on-scene investigation. But of course, as they continue to search for a suspect, that investigation continues.
All right, thank you, Grace. Today's shooting is the 2nd violent incident at the mall this month. A few weeks ago, Raleigh police responded to a shots fired call. In that incident, no one was hit. Tonight, we've reached out to Summit Properties, the owners of the mall. We asked them what's being done to keep Triangle Town Center safe. Flynn Snyder is live at the mall with their response tonight. Flynn?
Well, Gerald, this is the 2nd time this month that police have swarmed the parking lot here at Triangle Town Center after shots were fired. This time it ended with 3 people hurt and renewed questions about the mall's safety.
Witness video shows workers scrambling for safety as officers move in. Outside, shoppers raise questions about security.
And we hear something, pow, 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 pow. You go to a mall to shop, not to get shot at.
Broadcastify radio traffic captured the response.
Most victims are going to be within 50 yards of the food court doors.
It's the 2nd time this month police have responded to shots fired here. On April 8th, RPD says someone shot at a group of people in the parking lot before driving off. Tonight, we're asking the mall's owner, Summit Properties, what's being done to keep Triangle Town Center safe. A spokesperson saying in a statement, quote, "We are working with the Raleigh Police Department to secure the crime scene and will assist law enforcement in any way possible." Meanwhile, police are looking to stop this from happening again.
We just need to do a much better job at intervening and finding those windows where we can call 911 and get us here, before something turns violent like this.
And police say that security cameras inside the mall will be crucial in identifying suspects. Tonight, radio traffic indicates that some of the cameras near the store where police say this happened might not have been working at the time. We have reached out to police as well as the mall to learn if those cameras were operational when the shooting happened. Flynn Snyder, WRAL News, live at Triangle Town Center.
There were a lot of shoppers in the mall, people working when this happened. WRAL's Willie Danley spoke to some of them, and he joins us live. Willie, what an ordeal for them.
Traumatizing, Gerald. That's the word that these shoppers used to describe their experience today. They heard those shots be fired out of a gun and they ran out of those doors right behind me and were stuck in this parking lot for hours. They tell me they're not sure when they're going to feel safe to come back here again. dozens of shoppers catching their breath outside Triangle Town Center after running for their lives when gunfire erupted inside the mall.
So we just see everybody just running out the store and everything like that, and all you just see police coming in with big guns and all that.
Some shoppers were locked down inside as Raleigh police secured the building. Others, like Kadeja and Kiona Carr, ran the moment they realized the shots were real.
Basically, we heard like one gunshot. After we heard the first one, we ended up looking back trying to figure out was it the stage, because the lady performing earlier, we thought it was the stage that was going down. But instead, we heard like 3 more shots afterward, right there by Rainbow. After that, we took out running. Everybody just took out running.
For some, escaping wasn't easy.
It was scary, like seeing other people run, and when I can't keep up, I was out of breath, so I just ran to the nearest store, and
I had to go back and get her because she lost her slides. I had to find my sister because she's pregnant.
People in the mall have taken to social media to share their experience. One person posting, "First they locked us in the store, then the cops came up the escalator with guns drawn and told us to get out, ran us into the wide open parking lot, cops whizzing in all directions." Shoppers say enough is enough.
The mall need to be 25 and up. Check IDs. After that, you can't get in. Can't get in because it's sad. Like, people coming out here to have a good time just to shop.
For the shoppers who ran for their lives today, they say this started out as a regular trip to the mall, and it ended up being a terrifying ordeal that they'll never forget. Willie Danley, WRAL News, Raleigh.